bring people into victory. That we have the power to influence people for life. I think about stars that the devil has, stars of death, falling stars, whose reserve the torment of an eternal flame, and how that they touch millions of people by their death and their rebellion. And I consider the power that we have as believers. It's awesome. Either I believe that Satan's kingdom is greater than God's, or I believe that the problem has been that we haven't been overcomers. And that's what I believe. And I believe that we can be overcomers, and that we can affect other people's lives, that it has to begin in our children. It has to begin in our marriages. It has to be in our church. It has to be in our community. And that if we will be conscious of the fact that men can be challenged to make a decision to be an overcomer, and once they've made that decision in an honest heart, that God will show his power through their lives to destroy the works of the devil. Stand with me in this service. Listening to a testimony on a Christian program about two runaway girls, 12, 13 years of age. They shared their testimony. I have no reason to doubt that they were telling the truth. But they said the first thing that began to separate them from their parents and to give them a feeling of rebellion was the music they had. They cherished it. They hung on to it. They embraced it. They lived it. They knew every word and every tonal inflection. They knew the stars who performed. They knew everything about them. They'd become intimate with that music. I don't want to oversimplify. You can't solve a problem that's been as big as sin just by getting one thing out of the way. But we got children that we're raising, and they belong to the mother and father of that family and to the home. You got enough problems just with the fact that they're going out among pure kids that are filled with temptations and sin and distortions. We need to really pray for our kids and see them get right with God. We need to recognize that when we eat of garbage, we become one with the author of that garbage. We persist in it. And there's no way that we can please God and spend 7 hours a day before TV, or 4, or 3. That God's called us to live. Two of the things that Satan is robbing from people today is reading and thinking. When your day is busy and you fall asleep after you wake up and the television's still on, you're not thinking. You're being carried right toward destruction without even knowing what's going on. God set before us an open door. We can be 10 times better than anybody else as a believer, but not eating at the devil's table. There's got to be an alternative. If we are going to be salt and light, it'll be because we are overcomers. It'll be because we overcome this world, the power of the enemy in it. While all of Christians are praying, I want to say first to you that are unsaved. In a message, you don't have time to say everything. So let me tell you right now that I'm excited about the hour that we live in. I think we're going to see some of the most wonderful successes of all time in people who know God. I believe that there's an open door for every person who will say yes to God with all their heart. And if you're not saved, if you're not born again, if your life is a sin life, You need to be set free so you can be blessed.